In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace this front bumper cover on this Toyota Corolla. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver and take the plate screws off. This screw is messed up, so I am going to have to cut it off. But normally you just pull those screws out and this bracket will come right off. And then you just pull that out and it slides right off. There's a couple clips on the bottom, so you want to pull those out. Now we're going to remove the grille. Start by taking this 10mm bolt out. Use a 10mm socket. Take these push pins out. Just use a push pin removal tool or a trim tool. Pop those out. Then from the back side, there is some clips holding this in. You're going to pop those clips up. Might even want to use a trim tool in the front here. Just pry up so that you can unclip those. You can see all these clips. So from the front, if you're using the trim tool, you can push those down, pop those out. Now there's 3 pins right here. You want to take those out. Just use a trim tool or a push pin tool. Take those out. Take the other 2 out. Take this lower shield off. We're going to use a 10mm socket. Take all these bolts out. Need a straight blade screwdriver, just pop these clips out. And it slides down and just slide it out. Take this screw out right here, use a 10mm socket. You don't have to take those out, just leave those in. Just to make this tip down a little bit easier, we're just going to take this pin out, this push pin. Just use a trim tool. You can pull this down and set it aside. And if your vehicle has fog lights, you want to disconnect those. Just pop those out. Disconnect the connector. Do the same on the other side. There's a plastic push pin right here. Just going to use a trim tool. Just going to pull this out. Just like that. Make sure that's separated from the inner fender well. Slide that off. Just like that. Just using a punch to just punch out the center. And using a trim tool, pop out the rivet. You want to grab the bumper and just pull like that. You want to grab it firmly. It may be a little bit trickier than this one. Then you're going to do the same on the other side. And just grab the front of the bumper and it slides right off. On the back side of the bumper, we're going to take the grille out. Use a Phillips head screwdriver. Take these screws out. Same on the other side. Should be one more, but that's missing. And all the clips. You want to use some needle nose pliers. And just move the clips so you can push the grille outwards. And it slides right out. This vehicle has fog lights. If you have fog lights, you want to take those out. You can use a Phillips head screwdriver. Take these screws out. 2 screws. Slide this up. It comes out. And if you didn't have fog lights, you're gonna have to take that bracket off. Just use needle nose pliers. Push down. And the bracket should slide out. It just won't have a hole in it like this one. Now take the cover. It's gonna line up right there. Slide it in position. And lock it in place. That's good. And take the fog light. It's gonna slide in there first. And screw the screws in. And snug those down. And do the same for the other side. And line the grille up. And just snap it in place. Make sure it all lines up. All right, that's all snapped in place. I'm going to tighten these down. And one more goes right there. Now take the bumper and line it up. Make sure everything's lined up on the side. And do the same on the other side. And we're going to put these push pins in, secure those down. Lock those down, those are secure. And now on this side, I'm just going to use a push pin. I don't have a rivet. If you had a rivet, a plastic rivet, you can use that if that's what you had in there. I'll just get this lined up first. Oops. Just give it a little tap, get it in there. And put the centerpiece in. Tap that in place. And just slide this clip off. We're going to transfer this over to the new one. And we'll line this clip up. It's going to go right there. The inner fender well. Get that lined up. And put this pin in. And push that in. It's good, you can lock it down. Twist that down. Do the same on the other side. If you have fog lights, you want to plug those in. You may need to transfer these over from the old bumper. Just pop these out. They're going to go right there on both sides. Now before we tighten these down, put these shields up. Lock that in place and get all the screws started. snug those down. And push pin's gonna go right here. And push one on the other side. I take the grille and line it up. At the base, you want everything to clip in, so you might have to push from the back. Just make sure it's all lined up. Put the push pins in, lock it down. Line this bolt up and tighten this down. You can see where the two holes should be for the plate, and this is going to clip in underneath. So clip that in place just like that. Make sure it lines up the way you want it. Line that up right there. And we'll do the same with the other one. Go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.